Hey guys, Dr. Sean here. We're going to be outside today. It's a beautiful day outside as long as you're not out in that sun. So I thought I'd sit out here on the deck and kind of go through a mailbag for you. Now we're going to get a little wind, breeziness. I don't know how it'll sound, so I'll try one. I've got 3 of these I want to get to today that you guys have been sending. First off, keep them coming. Love these. Absolutely love them. They're great. You can go to our Facebook page. You can go to our web page, McCaffreyHealth.com. There's a mailbag section. If you have a health issue, if you have a concern, a question, something you've been just challenged by, or you're just not sure what to do, that's what this is for. So go online. You can send a little question to us. I'll try to get to them. I'm going to do 3 of them today here and see what we can do. So here's the first one we've got here. I'm looking at it. It says, hey doc, what's the difference between a headache and a migraine, and how can I prevent these? All right, now here's the deal. When you're looking at a migraine type headache, it's very specific. It tends to be one side only, and usually temporal. It'll start between the eye and the ear, somewhere up in that temporalis muscle. And that's where it all begins. Now, the idea is these headaches are on the inside, right? Well, they're really not. They're on the outside, and they're affecting blood circulation and muscular contraction. Now, they can involve auras, they can get into the eyes, they can cause nausea. Headaches can be debilitating, so they can't be taken lightly. You always want to rule out pathology, a potential cause of your headache, some kind of disease or a tumor or something like that. The good news, 99% of headaches aren't those things. So now we get into, all right, what is it? So a migraine headache tends to be temporal in nature, and that's where it affects. Now, other headaches can involve the eyes, and that's one of the big misnomers that we see with migraines. Everyone's like, well, I've got an aura. My eyes are involved. I can't see it. Must be a migraine. That's not the case. Frontal type headaches, sinus headaches, all can involve auras. All of them can cause these problems. Cluster headaches can do the same thing. So there are a myriad of different types of headaches. The key from my work and understanding is, where does it begin? That is the number one thing you want to know. Where does the headache start? Because that kind of leads you down the path of discovering why it's there. So let's go through a few of the basic ones. If you get a headache in the front of the head, right here, now we're ruling out trauma. We didn't hit our head, we didn't get hit with a baseball, something like that. It's rule out trauma. Once that's off the table, frontal headaches have 2 main causes. Your sinuses could be involved, right? You've got the frontal sinus, the maxillary sinus. There's a sphenoid and an ethmoid sinus in behind those. They can build pressure from any number of different reasons, and you can get a monster headache. Another one, and this is probably the most overlooked, blood sugar swings. Blood sugar bouncing up and down will lead to more frontal type headaches than you could ever imagine. So now we're like, oh my gosh, I can change my diet. I can help the body regulate its blood sugar swings. I can help adrenal function stabilize. And if I do that, these headaches become a thing of the past, and that's really exciting stuff. Now, what if the headache's someplace else? What if it's on the crown of the head? I had a gentleman come the other day that had a headache on top of the head. Start thinking reproduction. Start looking at the reproductive system. Start thinking, okay, is there a hormonal component to it? A lot of times you'll see male or female reproductive issues when you get crown of the head type headaches. Now, another kind of headache could be maybe in the back of the head, under the skull especially. Those are the crawler headaches. They come up the neck and spine, they get underneath the back, and they just squeeze it. Those can be a couple different things. The main one is those respond extremely well to chiropractic care. They do very well with adjusting. So when you're adjusting someone, that's the headache that if you have a chiropractor, it's going to hit a home run, because they tend to be structural in nature. Something's wrong with the alignment of the spine. It's creating a torque or a twist, and you're getting like a wringing of a towel right there underneath the base of the skull. Now, they can crawl. You can have them go up the sides of the head into the frontal area. So where they end is not nearly as important as where they begin. Now let's go back to our migraine. How about that one right here, liver? You're almost always looking at the liver. So when you have someone who's battling chronic migraine headaches, you have to look at the physiology, not just the anatomy, right? Not the bones and ligaments and muscles. You got to look at the organs and how those organs are working together. And what you will find more likely than not is that liver is being pushed too hard. Well, guys, he does a lot of things. He helps out with digestion. He helps out to filter the body and clean the body. He gets rid of excess hormone, which causes acne. There's a million things this liver does. So there's a lot to him, and that's where I would fall back on an IUP, an integrated urinalysis panel. It's my gold standard in practice and it has been for 2 decades. I use that to kind of get an idea of, okay, where is this thing happening at? Because what's the rule, guys, right? To see is to know, to not see is to guess, and who wants to guess at this? So I hope that helps you out. I'm going to give you a couple quick fixes you can do. The most common cause of headache of all people is dehydration, and since we're 95 degrees out today with 110 heat index, it's a good time to think about water. Here's a great test for you. Take your hand like this, pinch the skin, hold it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, let it go. You see how mine snap back down? That's a great test to see if the body's dehydrated. If you pinch it and it doesn't snap back down, the body's needing fluid. Make sure you get enough water in that system and it'll correct it probably in an hour. You'll be able to go and it'll drop back down again, which is really exciting. So make sure you follow this video, guys, like and share it. Make sure you give us some thumbs up and share it with your friends and family. I'm Dr. Sean, the Robin Hood of Healthcare. Take care. Bye-bye.